Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today I'm going to be reviewing a classic film, but before I start this review, I just want to apologize for the sound in the background. If you hear it, it's like 100 degrees here in Indiana, so I have a lot of fans on in the house. But today, I'm going to be reviewing my personal favorite film, Pink Flamingos, and I, of course, got the very nice Criterion release that came out recently. Um, Okay, I mean, I'm sure many of you that watch this channel know already what Pink Flamingos is, but if you don't, it is a 1972 John Waters film about a woman who claims to be the filthiest person alive and a couple who try to take that title for their own and they're sort of clash with each other. Um, what can you even say about Pink Flamingos that hasn't been said at this point? It's the 50th anniversary this year. Um, the film really stands as a testament to independent filmmaking, sort of spitting in the face of decency and societal norms, much like something like Gummo. I mean, this obviously came earlier, but much like something like Gummo, the people in this film don't just reject social norms, they sort of like ignore them altogether. And, of course, we need to talk about Divine, which was the uh, lead actor in the film and was sort of the muse of John Waters for several years. And the performance in this is just legendary, of course. Um, the acting all around in this film is incredibly solid for what it was. Everybody is fully on board with how disgusting and depraved things are. By everything, this maintains this tongue-in-cheek sort of humor because everybody that's involved in the film is fully aware that everything they're doing is silly and they really ham up their acting. This doesn't mean that it's bad, it's a style of acting that they do very well. And everybody in this film did a fantastic job. I mean, I've seen this film 20 times now, probably. And each time, I am just in awe of not just Divine's performance, but really everybody in the film. Um, the typical group of John Waters actors and actresses are all here, including Mink Stoll, who did another great job in this film, of course. Um, and the thing that sets this apart from like gross out cinema in general is that it is very fun. Like it first and foremost, this film is intended to be a entertaining film. It's definitely a film that John Waters made for a certain group of people, and it's a reaction to the sort of peace and love sort of mindset that was popular at the time. And uh, instead of he made like an anti-kids or family movie. I mean, you got the, the unsimulated oral, um, unsimulated eating of dog poop, of course, which is one of the most infamous parts of the movie. Cannibalism, rape, murder, Nazis, killing of police officers. Yeah, it's a on paper this film would be very disturbing if it wasn't for the dark humor of it. The entire thing is just hilarious. It's like the comfort movie equivalent of something gross. And I see this film listed a lot on like list of the most disturbing movies of all time. Really, really don't agree with that at all. It's a lot of fun. If you're trying to get into gross out cinema and everything, this is like the place to start. There is nobody that has ever made a film like Pink Flamingos, and nobody but John Waters can make this. I have nothing but good stuff to say about this one. I love the acting. The directing is solid for an independent movie. This was shot on a very low budget, and it's shot with just John Waters' friends. Um, the special effects are cheesy in a fun way. Um, the acting is really what is this. This is really like a vehicle for Divine's acting, and they did a fantastic job in this. Of course, it's my favorite acting performance of all time, favorite movie of all time. It's fantastic. Without this film, there would be no gross out, disturbing movies that we have today. This is really a groundbreaking movie for the time. Um, everything that John Waters made in this period is a classic, of course. Got another one here with Multiple Maniacs, which I'm going to be reviewing later. Also starring Divine. Another great film. Specifically away from Divine's character of Babs, I also want to talk about the Marble couple, the Marbles. The couple that actively go against Divine, trying to say that they're the filthiest people alive. They are absolutely hilarious. Both of the actors did a fantastic job playing their characters. There's so much quotable dialogue in this movie. You've probably heard me quote it if you know me in real life or you follow me elsewhere online. There really is nothing like Pink Flamingos. This is like the midnight movie, up there with like The Room, things, stuff like that. But this film is fully aware of its own silliness, which makes it something very special. And this film has held up for 50 years. It's going to hold up for another 50 years. And if you haven't watched it, go buy it. I want to talk about the Criterion release for a minute. The first time on Blu-ray, the film officially. The box art is fantastic, of course. Criterion always does a great job. Comes with a puke bag, as well as a copy of the newspaper that the Marbles read about Divine in the film. And yeah, if you haven't seen this, you're doing yourself a disservice. Don't just watch it based on this review of mine. Watch it just for yourself. This is a film that, even if you end up hating, you have seen nothing like it. It's my favorite Criterion release. Ecstatic that Criterion finally put this out. And if you do like Pink Flamingos, make sure to check out everything that John Waters did in the 60s onward. Just classics. Anything with Divine is fantastic. John Waters has a way of writing dialogue that is completely unlike anything else, and it inspired so much going forward. Like, there would be none of a lot of movies that I like today without this one, and even stuff that's recent, like Barf Bunny and stuff like that with Felicia Fisher from Jonathan Doe, would not exist without John Waters. Harmony Korine, people like that would not be making the type of films that they do without the work of John Waters. That's just how it is. And he is irreplaceable. This film is irreplaceable. It's timeless. And yeah, it's just my favorite movie. You should check this out. This is your sign. If you have not seen this, go out, buy the Criterion during the sale. You will not regret it. I've seen this countless times. And every time I enjoy it just as much as the last. I actually get more out of it every single time. So definitely check it out. And as always, I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, signing off for today. Another John Waters review coming later this week. And make sure to keep an eye on Banana Box as well. I'm working on some new releases of Blood Runner. Make sure to follow me on Instagram. Subscribe if you haven't. Keep the notifications on. Follow Oddart on Instagram as well. She does all the art. Fantastic stuff. So, yeah. Make sure to keep up on that. And as always, 0 brain cells, 0 planning, and 0 editing. That's the shock and schlock way. You need to live to puke and puke to live. I'm Herschel Gillis, signing off. Thank you, guys.